There is an old Spanish proverb: an ounce of mother is worth a pound of clergy. An ounce of mother is worth a pound of clergy. When I was a boy, our next door neighbour used to liberate, or rather steal, motor vehicles, and he would park many of his newly liberated cars right outside our house, much to my father's disgust. There was one car, a Renault 16, if you remember those, which had been abandoned for months, probably over a year, in fact. The air long gone from its tyres, and windscreen wipers rusted to the windscreen with orangey, rusty streaks down the glass. One day, after considerable time had passed, and frankly being nosy, I opened this car's door. The dashboard was dusty, strewn with sticks of Wrigley's chewing gum, still in their silver zigzag wrappers. And amongst the chewing gum, there was a letter. And finding that letter changed me. In fact, it was a kind of signpost for the rest of my life. Why? Well, because finding it taught me a lesson about compassion and the power of love, a mother's love in a hard world. Let me explain. It was a letter from a mother to her son, a mother who was pleading with her son to answer her phone calls, longing for him to write just a few lines back, aching for him, her boy, to get in touch. It was, frankly, a wholly undeserved glimpse on my part of a mother crying for the loss of any kind of need her child now seemed to have of her, a loss which had left her wishing for a time when she knew that her son loved her. It was a story of a mother's determination never to let go of her son. I do not know the end of this story. I desperately hope that this guy's mum's indefatigable love eventually softened his heart. This story shows that we should never, ever underestimate the power of a praying mother. Let me leave you with an image of what this love looks like. Think back, maybe to your childhood, to your kitchen table at home, and bring to mind, if you can, your own mother's hands. When my brother and sister were small, we used to like playing with Play-Doh, and we would form figures from the soft clay on the kitchen table. What happens if you forget to put the lid back on the can of Play-Doh? Yes, the dough hardens quite quickly. And when that dough did harden, we would take it to my mother, because her fingers were stronger, much stronger than ours. And very soon, she could mold the hard stuff back into soft, pliable putty. Her fingers were strong. In fact, I recall that she could probably flatten anyone who came near her in the January sales. I remember seeing the effort on her face as she softened that putty. But that image taught me a bigger lesson. Namely, that this world is full of hard hearts which need hard hands to soften them again. The world is full of hard hearts which need the love of mothers to soften them again. And so we return to the old Spanish proverb, an ounce of mother is worth a pound of clergy. So everyone, listen to your mum. Remember what mothers can do to hard hearts. If you are a mum who one day writes a letter like that one on the car's dashboard earlier, never, ever give up. And never give up either on believing that a mother's love can change the world. Amen.